and welcome to your LDM. Tonight's game is called The Dogs of War. This is going to be set in Iskloft, which is the Viking setting I've created. You can check it out on yourldm.com. And today the players are going to be playing the Bear Warriors, who are a mercenary company investigating some sort of nasty attack on a town. So I'll just get my players to introduce themselves and their characters quickly. We'll start with Caius.
Hello, my name is Caius, and this evening I'll be playing Red Orm. Absolutely massive blonde warrior covered in, well, he's wearing bearskin armor. He carries a massive sword called Blue Tongue, with which he can cleave things in half, and he's got quite a reputation. But the warrior with the most reputation in Iskloft is Harkon Gunnarsson, the champion of Styrbjorn. And Red Orm went and won a girlfriend who Harkon was after one time, so they're sworn enemies.
Very nice. Okay, Dan.
Hey guys, I'm Dan. I'm going to be playing Ender Melfurion, the Diviner. He's an old man, long beard, think like Gandalf long, bald, covered in tattoos that praise the Allfather and are wards against evil. And yeah, he's like a crazy old man.
Perfect. James.
Hi, I'm James. I'm playing Eric Axebearer, a totem barbarian. His tribe is mostly, they live out in the nature. They worship their gods in their own way, and he ended up taking on the guidance of a wolf named Rustikar, and ever since he's been his guidance mentor.
Perfect. And Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm playing Hammer Skipta. He is a warrior shaman, also sometimes called a shape changer, and he has a follower. He has a wolf named Rodolfer. He is what's it called? I forgot the. He basically has a pack of dogs and a wolf. He because of his spell casting and his unusual lifestyle with the dogs, he does tend to live outside of not really affiliated with any village, but leaders and few villagers actually come to him for advice and blessings and healings. He is also a healer.
Perfect. So you guys have excuse me. You've been called to go to the village of Kalfheim. And so you marched for quite some time, and of course it's been raining. It's always raining, but you're used to it. Your bearskin keeps you warm, and you get there, and the town is pretty much in ruins. A lot of the buildings have been, if not right out destroyed, then certainly damaged. You can see evidence of fires and stuff that have raged recently. And you're greeted by a man called Sigurd. He He's definitely like a third or fourth row warrior. So if you can imagine a shield wall, he's not at the front. Um, he's not small, but he's definitely not Red Orm. Um, he just looks utterly distraught. Like tears in his eyes. The people in the village are rushing from house to house, kind of trying to stay out of the rain, and he's just standing outside in the rain as you approach, looking at the ruin of the village. And he turns around and greets you. Oh, bear warriors. Oh, thank the Allfather. As you can see, we've had some trouble. We were attacked 2 nights ago. The whatever they were, they came like a blur, and they killed 28 of our village, and they took another 21. So quick, we had no way to react. Uh, yeah, and he's just struggling to even speak.
Are you in charge? He looks through him with piercing blue eyes, soggy from the rain.
Speak to the old man. Growls Red Orc.
Yeah. I'm in charge now. All the warriors are dead or taken. So
Good.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was speaking to someone with authority before I asked any questions. Now, do you know where they headed?
Yeah. They headed into the forest.
Which direction?
So he kind of points. You can see not too far away. Maybe like a 5-minute walk. There's just this wall of trees. That extends for quite some time. You know that this is the Dunkelwald, which is a enormous forest. And there are lots of villages kind of dotted along the outside of it that kind of use it for lumber and whatnot. But yeah, it's definitely there. He says, yeah, they took them in there.
And you say they used ambush tactics. Yes?
Yeah, they just appeared from nowhere and they were everywhere suddenly.
And I turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Sigurd, you're acting like we've already taken up a contract. Asking questions, who's our enemy, what do they use? However, I haven't heard anything about pay yet. We're not doing this out of the goodness of our hearts. Sorry to say, Sigurd, but you have to put food on the table somehow.
I eat a lot, adds Red Orc.
You don't get as big as them unless we eat.
Yeah, yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we don't need anymore. Most of our village is dead. Yeah, well, the chieftain had some gold. We can give you that.
That will do. Now, he kind of like twists his beard and thinks of more questions. Were there any traces left of the attack? Footprints?
Yes, there's a trail that leads into the woods. I don't know how far. I didn't dare go into the woods. We also found a couple of pieces that they left behind. He takes out this like pack and he hands it to you. It's like a coin bag. And inside there's like fragments of horns and lots of feathers and beads and stuff that they've picked up off the ground.
Would I know what that is?
Probably not. You can give me a history check.
Okay. Probably not going to know that.
Can I give him assistance, guidance, and help him out?
Yeah, you would know.
Without it.
You would know stuff about this as well, so you can roll again. So basically, have advantage.
Okay, guidance as well, a D4 you can add.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Do you want me to roll that, or
with a crit?
Okay.
No,
that's fine. He's got it covered.
All right.
All right. So yeah, you actually have, with your knowledge of weird history, you reckon that these horns and feathers and beads, these are like people describe the elves from stories dressing in feathers and beads. It's like a telltale sign of them. But that's ridiculous because elves don't exist.
Yeah, you just hear the old man mutter under his breath, Maleficarum. But he wouldn't say anything about it to this guy because he knows that generally they're just myth,
Right.
or at least accepted as myth. All right. Did you find any weapons?
No.
Arrows left behind?
No, they didn't seem to use arrows.
Hmm.
From what I remember, they just danced around with these curved blades.
Did they look like anything? Did you get a good look at their faces?
We didn't get a good look. They kept vanishing and appearing again. But they were tall, they were thin, and one of them had horns. antlers. I know that sounds crazy, but he had them.
No, not crazy.
Doesn't sound crazy to me.
It sounds crazy to me.
Well, you don't get paid to know about these kind of things. I do. And he just kind of like strokes his beard again, thinking, waiting for somebody else to ask something. Or
Would Eric know if there was water around this place, or is it landlocked?
Around the village, or
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's like a stream nearby. Sure.
Okay, but nothing leading out to any large inland mass? Like an
No,
ocean
so
or
I mean,
such?
you're pretty far from the coast.
Alright. So he's pretty certain that they will have come from the forest or somewhere around there?
Yeah. Mhm.
Alright.
Redhorn reaches down and picks up one of the horns and one of the feathers and studies them and says, I have told stories to my children about elves who wear things like this, but I always thought they were just stories. But my children will enjoy it if I come back with better stories involving me killing elves. And he knots the horn and the feather into his beard. This sounds like the beginning of a good tale.
Come on, Red. Elves wouldn't seem that far off considering the things that we've seen.
The Sigurd says, "Look, I know that it's dangerous to go into those woods. I don't know what I saw, but please do whatever you can to get our people back. They took 21.
yes, time is of the essence. Usually I prefer cunning and subtlety to solve my problems, but sometimes you need to crack a few skulls, so let's get moving." You turn to the others and want to get going.
I think my axe is also thirsty for some action.
All right. So you begin to head towards these woods. So the trail is actually pretty easy to follow. It looks like they were dragging the people. So there's lots of like broken branches, and you can see occasionally like bits of bark ripped off trees where people are trying to hang onto trees and stuff. But they've definitely been dragged away. And you follow it for quite some time. About an hour and a half, and the trail is still strong as you continue through deeper into the forest. Is there anything you'd want to be doing as you're walking? Like, what order? Are you keeping a special eye out for anything or anything like that?
Actually, I would, unless someone has a problem, I'd like to go up front with the wolf, because with his sense of smell and my perception,
Yeah.
should be able to be better at scouting up ahead.
Sounds good.
I'll stick close to Ender, the old bearded diviner, and make sure, and sort of mutter at the rain.
Sounds good.
Eric will
Yeah.
try and keep towards the middle if he can.
Yeah, Ender would be in the back looking for any like markings that seem out of place on the trees.
Cool. All right, that sounds good. So then, as you continue, as I said, about an hour and a half in, you can start to see signs of struggle, and the wolf begins to kind of sniff agitatedly and move forward at an advanced pace. And following, you come into this area where there's definite signs of a struggle. There's like not only lots of branches broken and things like that, but there's also two bodies on the ground, a man and a woman.
Can I make a medicine check on them to see how long they've been dead?
Yep.
Alright.
Actually, I was going to do that.
You can do it too.
I got 12, so you're probably going to get higher than me.
Well, I'm going to cast guidance on myself. I am trained in this.
Okay.
And of course I had to say I'm trained in this. I got higher than you. 13.
Okay. So between the two of you looking at these wounds, you can see that they are very exact. So they have like bruises and stuff from where they've been carried, and the wounds are extremely exact. It's just like a thin slice whoosh, right across the throat. You probably reckon they're dead about a day.
Seems to me they were executed. All right, we don't have much time.
If they kill 2 a day, perhaps they take away some of our pay. How about we keep up the pace?
Your wolf hammer begins to emit a low growl, and then a whimper. And you hear, all of you, a low growl coming from up ahead of you. There's a large tree that's fallen over, and on the top of it are 2 wolves, and behind them a much larger wolf. You would recognize this as a thunder wolf, which is a wolf roughly the size of a horse, extremely large, significantly more intelligent than your average canine. And they're kind of sniffing towards the bodies.
Now, would my pack master help me with the wolves?
Yeah, you could definitely try and kind of avoid a confrontation, if that's what you would like to do. You could also try to scare them off, maybe, if that's what you're trying to do.
Eric draws his axe just in case.
I hold up my hand. So, do we? It's the natural order of things. Are we taking back the bodies, or are we leaving them?
That's kind of up to you guys.
What's I'm asking them? What do you guys?
Ender will say, take some tokens from the bodies. We want to avoid confrontation if we can.
All right. I'll approach the bodies, and while keeping an eye on the wolves, I'll take any tokens off of them, any personal items, anything that we could have used to us. But then I back away from the bodies, and I'll let them take them.
All right, so you kind of slowly kind of crouch low, walk forward, you take these tokens, keeping eye contact, I guess, with the big one, and then you kind of slowly back off and they advance. And the 2 wolves with him start to eat, but the thunder wolf just watches you the whole time as you're going. All right. Nick, you made it.
Welcome. I'm so sorry that I'm late, guys. Please forgive me.
No problem at all. Don't worry about it. Just to quickly catch you up, they went to the village. They discovered that people had been killed and also taken, and they had just started going through the forest. They're about an hour and a half into the forest, and they found 2 bodies.
Okay.
And wolves are now eating them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And am I familiar with the party, or new to the? Okay, great. Okay, cool.
So you guys are like a little team, a pack.
A band of warriors. Cool.
What are you playing again, Nicholas?
I'm playing a warrior called Vald. He's a southerner from the lands of Friesland, and a storm blew him and his ship off course here. They were wrecked, and all hands were lost, including Valdemar's family sword, to the deeps. They've come on a mission north to Iskloft after one of the foolish villagers reeled in a mermaid from the coast, treated her poorly, and now the twin gods of the sea, or Friesland anyway, have cursed our village until I can complete a quest in the north and bring back two gems sacred to Ran, the goddess of the sea, and sink them in the bay of our coastal village to end this curse. But for now, the gods, fickle as they are, have, as I said, blown me off course, and I've ended up through various deeds and spent the last winter in this village with the fellow bear warriors after helping out the villagers who rescued me from the sea. One day I went a-hunting to slay the great bear, knowing that it's favoured amongst the tribe, so that I could join a group of mighty warriors with the hope of not only completing the quest that I was sent here to, but also to find the sword that was lost. And I'll loyally follow whoever is the leader of the great bear warriors, just by virtue of the fact that I owe the village they are from a great debt for saving me, despite Rand's best intentions.
Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, you've come to this wood to find these people who've been captured, um, or taken anyway somehow. And you've just come upon two bodies of villagers who have been killed. And so you encountered some wolves and took some tokens, and now are backing away from the wolves.
hmm
So the wolves let you go. The Thunderwolf watches you as you leave. Thunderwolf is this big wolf the size of a horse, quite intelligent, and it just watches until you're out of sight. It kind of keeps eyes on you as you keep eyes on it. But eventually you do kind of move on away from there. But from this point, the trail is much harder to follow. It looks like whatever was taking these people have changed their tactics after the struggle that happened there. So I'm going to need some survival perception style checks to see if you can find the trail again.
I'll aid whoever is doing this.
I got 9.
No, I'm
Yeah,
aiding you.
I'm aiding the druid as well.
Okay.
And I can do perception. I'm not a survivalist, but I could also roll survival if needed.
Let's do perception. That's fine, just to try and find the trail.
All right. Guidance on myself, and I have advantage. So I can pick an 11 or 11. So 11 modified is 17, 18, 20.
All right, yeah, no problem.
All right.
So you're well familiar with these sort of woodland areas and tracking prey, and you find just little hints here or there, like a footprint, maybe a faint footprint in the muck, or a twig out of place, something that looks a little bit unusual, and you manage to follow the trail quite nicely. You're walking, and you're walking, and you're walking, and it's pissing rain, heavily enough that it's coming through the tree canopy. It's pretty crap. It's not pleasant, and the sound of the forest gets louder and louder, and you get the impression that you're being watched. It's about another hour later that you come upon this huge tree, easily 20 feet across, and carved into it, into the trunk, is the visage of a man's head, covering it. Huge, extremely intricate, with this beautiful knotwork, and a thick beard covers his face and turns into roots, and from his head grow antlers that sprout out as tree branches. And underneath is this large fountain filled with crystal clear water. The stone is totally white and perfect. And sitting at the edge of this fountain is this small girl. She's drinking water. She's got water cupped in her hands, and she sees you, and she drops the water. Her skin is deeply tanned, which is unusual. Her eyes are piercing green, and her ears are large and pointed.
Would I know what this is, what the tree is, and who the girl is? Or who it might be?
Yeah, let's do a history check.
Okay.
Or religion, either one.
I have a 9.
I rolled a 1.
All right,
no
you think it's Odin.
The girl is Odin.
With the goods.
Eric holds his hand up and says, hello there,
So the girl is
small girl.
backing away, showing no recognition. You rolled quite high, right, James? What did you get?
I'm sorry? Oh, I got 9.
You got 9, okay. All right, so the girl is backing away from you, clearly frightened. She looks like she's never seen anything like you before. Like she has no frame of reference for what the hell you are, and she's just backing slowly away.
Can I use persuasion to try and give off the sense that we're like come in peace?
Yeah, how would you do it? What kind of actions would you take?
My hands would be off my weapons, approaching slowly. Obviously not harmful. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. In order to aid James, I'll drive my sword into the snow and back away with my palms showing to the girl to signal that I mean.
I got a 17.
And Red Orm sits down.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know, I forgot to mention, I am wearing a leather mask that looks like a wolf, which it's
That's kind of intimidating.
it's a +2 to intimidate in combat. The one that I found in the equipment.
Right.
So yeah. I'm dressed. I look very much like a walking wolf, basically,
Right.
with a wolf companion. So
Pay no attention to the big man, and pay no attention to the walking wolf.
So as you guys kind of all at once start doing things, or Red Orm sits down, you put your sword in the snow and back away, and you put your hands up and start to walk forward, the girl screams and turns and tries to run away, starts to run away.
I take it she doesn't like us. Eric shakes his head and goes to the fountain and tries to drink.
No. Yeah, the old man would be like, "No, wait," and he's like, "Oh well."
All right. Can you give me a Constitution save?
Yeah, sure. 10. No.
Okay.
I got +5, 13.
13. Okay. You feel great. You feel invigorated. Like extremely light in your feet. You feel pretty great at the moment.
All right. He says, it's pretty good. It's not ale, but
The water is like ice cold and kind of almost sweet. Yeah.
He dips down his water canteen and picks some.
While he's doing that, Ender would just examine it and try to figure out what's special about this spring in the middle of the forest.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can Eric do a nature check on the spring as well?
Yeah, absolutely. The spring and the tree together are a thing, so go ahead and give me either nature, religion, or history.
I got 21 for a nature check.
Okay. So it comes to you then, after you drink the water, it kind of, bing, oh. And you look at the tree and you recognize this face to be Keranos, who is the horned god, god of the hunt. An old god. You don't worship these gods. These are nasty gods that you don't hang out with. It's said that the elves used to worship these gods before they were driven away by your gods. Keranos is known as the god of the hunt, and he's the one who encouraged in the past elves to hunt humans. Yeah, the spring itself seems to just be filled with this delicious spring water, like meltwater almost.
Seems like the little girl's worshipping myths.
I don't think that was a girl.
Well, she was
Spring.
tiny, long hair, looked feminine. I think that was a girl.
Did you see the ears, son?
What?
That isn't natural.
And my cousin has 6 toes.
All right. So you're kind of chatting away. You're like, "Oh, my cousin has 6 toes," and then there's a and standing in front of you now is this tall, 6'4", 5", totally naked man. He's got long, pointed ears, and he's wearing an animal skull over his face, and he's got a spear in his hand, and he shouts something at you.
Perhaps he doesn't know how to talk because his legs are freezing off.
I'll say, back away from the table, friends. This one is angered by our presence. Hearn the hunter here. This is his glade, and we have stepped here without knowing. Beware.
I'm going to back away slowly and have my hand on my axe. Peace, friend? I don't know, do you know what I'm saying?
Back
Red
away
Orm.
from the big scary man.
By any
Red
chance,
Orm.
Scary men
is the
too.
language? By any chance, is the language Jotun language?
It is not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Red Orm stands up and doesn't back away.
So this guy
Man,
has
6'9". Whoa.
yeah, he's a big guy. He doesn't seem at all daunted by you, Orm, and he's kind of shaking his spear. Blach! Huglach!
So I have an extra language. Would I be able to know what this guy is saying in
This
like
is
an
a
approximate
language
sense?
that no one speaks. No humans have learned it.
Okay.
Alright, so This man is mysterious. He disappeared right in front of us. I think he fits the description of people burning in and out of the village and killing people. Don't you agree?
Yes.
On a closer look, you can
Isn't
see that he
with
has feathers and beads and stuff tied to his hair.
Yes, all right. We are all in agreement now. Shock.
All right.
Is that an attack? All right. If you're going to attack, then let's do initiative.
All right.
That is an ill omen from the gods.
I got a 6.
I have a
One.
15.
I have a 20.
20 for
5.
Orm. 5 for...
Let's see. Is there any way I can do text on Hangouts?
Yes, there is.
Text. Second.
Oh, there it is.
Thing
Okay.
on.
The chat at the
Yeah.
top there.
No?
Yeah, I'll just let you guys know. If there's anything for me, I can't view the chat for some reason through the
Yeah,
app.
it doesn't
Yeah, I
work on
can't
apps.
either. Oh, there's chat. I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
It only works on a desktop.
Oh, now
Um,
16.
16. Okay, perfect. So Orm, you're first to go. This guy he's standing kind of on the back rim of this fountain. So it's probably like maybe 3 feet up. This lovely sort of pale white stone, really smooth, and he's standing at the back of it, kind of shaking his spear.
I just unshoulder my knocked kite shield and knock my spear into the knock in the shield and stand next to the old man, next to Ender, and hold my action. If we get attacked, I'm attacking back, but that's it.
Okay, sounds good. So Eric, you're next.
All right. Is Red near him? Or am I the only one that's
No, I've
provoking?
backed off to stand next to the old man.
Oh, you backed off. All right, so I'm the only one near him. Perfect. I'm going to swing with my great axe. Before I do so, I'm going to take the -5 penalty to attack roll and the great weapon and stuff.
I think I am near there, so I didn't say I backed away, but that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to do the great weapon master stuff. I'm going to reckless attack.
Okay.
So that's a 6, and that's a 9. So does I'm assuming a 12 does not hit.
It does not.
All right.
So you rush forward towards this guy, you swing your big great axe, and he just, Anderson Silva style, jumps out of the way.
For the extra attack, does that take a bonus action?
Extra attack is when you attack, but you can only recklessly attack your first attack.
Oh, no, because extra attack.
Yeah, so you can do that now.
Okay. Oh, boy, that's roll 20. I didn't mean to do that. All right. So, boom. 17 to hit. That is going to be... No, not 17 to hit. 19, does that hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. He's going to take 12. So 6, 4... 20 damage.
20?
Am I doing that wrong? Great Weapon
Possibly.
Master plus 10 attacks to damage.
Oh, plus 10. I see.
Yes.
I see. Yes, in that case, all right, he doesn't like that. So you recover from your first strike, and he's like kind of grinning as he effortlessly steps out of the way, and then you just whip the axe up with the other blade, hits him right under the ribs, and he snarls in your direction, and then he's going to attack you. Sorry, Paul, I don't have your initiative down here.
My initiative is 15.
No, Paul.
Oh.
6.
6, okay. All right, so this guy, after you slam him with your great axe, he kind of does this really dramatic sort of twirl of a spear and slaps it towards you.
Don't have an advantage.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Oh, and that's a crit. And the second
boy.
attack. All right. What is your armor class? He's got
16.
a Okay, then it's 2 hits, one of which is a crit. I'm very sorry for what's about to happen. You have resistance.
No, I do not, because I'm not raging.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh shit, dude,
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna go down.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's good that I'm standing next to you, more or less.
Yeah.
Hear all these dice I'm rolling?
Yeah, I do. It's not making me more comfortable, though.
Oh,
When it's this long a pause, you know I'm doing math.
Yeah. Oh my god.
oh.
I'm just gonna use Dice Stream. I have a bunch of these dice. Dice Stream is quicker.
It's going to be 23 points of damage.
Okay, that doesn't hurt too bad, I guess.
Doesn't
Something
hurt
like
too
that.
bad. It's
Well, I
like
mean, I still got 27
3/4 of my health.
That's not even half my health, so I'm fine.
It's chunky. Yeah, so he slashes into you with his spear. And yes, that's his turn. Then we go to Hammer.
If I intimidate, is that an act? Is it a free action or is that a regular action?
I think if you're doing it as a combat,
Action.
then it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action.
If you're doing it in combat, I think because it's
Yeah.
like the same as like trying to grapple somebody. It's
Yeah,
like
any like ability roll that takes any sort of actual concentration is an action.
Yep.
Okay, that all that means is I won't be casting bark skin on myself. I shapeshift into a brown bear, large creature,
very nice.
and I'm doing a combat intimidation. Ugh. 12.
12. Okie doke. What does he roll in resistance to intimidation?
I guess
Wisdom
insight.
save? Yeah.
I think it's insight, but whatever.
Okay. All right, he does beat it. But he is taken aback for a second. He actually has this look of like how did you do that? You know?
I roar and intimidate him, and then
There was a man, and now there's a bear.
yeah,
Right.
and that's my action.
Okay. Do you want to move or anything?
How bad is Eric doing?
I'm
Health-wise?
about half health. I'm just over half.
I sort of, it's what I have to do. You're part of my pack. I'm sort of protecting him. I walk over to him, sort of like, and stand a little bit in front of him, like I'm protecting him. But I don't make any, aside from intimidation, I don't do any aggressive action.
Okay, perfect. So it's your turn, Ender.
Ender's just going to try to finish this as quickly as possible since Eric decided to start it. And he's going to fling a ball of red fire at this guy.
Ooh.
Missing completely.
Is that a firebolt or a fireball?
Yeah, it's a firebolt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In that case, it whiffs past him. Again, he moves with like preternatural speed, just and it thuds into the tree behind him.
Damn it!
Right into the eye of the enormous carving. Then it is Valdemar.
Okay. I'm going to draw my 2 weapons at once. A hand axe in my left hand, a long sword in my right that was jutting out of the snow. I'm going to break into a sprint, seeing him distracted by the Wolfman and Eric, the Eager. And I'm going to run around behind him, flanking him, so behind me, like I'd be backlit by this horned god tree with a flaming eye from the wizard's firebolt. And just like my hair's like swishing in the wind, and I'm darting this way and that. At the last second, I will feint and slash into the back of this foe, hopefully. Now, do you play that we get advantage for flanking or not?
I'm going to say
Jarl?
because he's got 2 enemies in front of him, I'll say yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to flank with me being Totem with the Wolf. If you're within 5 feet of him, you have advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, even better.
Oh, okay. And I'd probably know that having travelled with a fellow bear warrior, right? So I can make use of that?
Definitely.
Okay, in that case, I'll stand side by side with Eric, but still so like the light of the flaming Sarunos eye is like backlit my frame, and I'm going to slash down with my dual wielder, but I've got extra attack as fighter, so I believe I get 2 strikes with my right hand, 1 with my left.
Exactly.
Figures my both. Okay, cool. And Eric, to my eyes, you don't seem like you're in threat of dying anytime soon, right? Because I can aid you a little.
I'm bleeding a little bit, but nothing in danger of me dying.
Okay. I've got limited healing ability, so I might save that for when things get really dire. For now, like Ender Malfurion, a wiser wizard, I'll trust his lead. Attack and end it quickly. So, for my first attack, it will be a 20 to hit, not natural.
Yep.
Second will be exactly the same. And my third with the hand axe, a 14, does that hit?
It doesn't. So 2 hits.
Okay, cool. And that will be 6 damage for the first and 5 for the second. Ugh, terrible rolls.
Okay, so... Alright, at the end of your turn, he uses a reaction and he goes puffs away, and he appears right next to our wizard.
And I'm just next to the wizard with my held attack.
Oh!
Yes, he dies.
Oh, red on, well done.
So we have one smart barbarian in the group. So we got one smart barbarian in the group. The rest of them are all stupid.
Hey,
Yeah, pretty much.
not stupid. I just react on instinct.
How it works. Well, at least someone's protecting the wizard.
Did you just get a crit, guys?
No, that was my initiative.
Oh, okay. I was like, just tell me how you kill him.
20.
20 will hit, yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to. Oh no, actually, I had my spear ready, so it's just spear damage. 11.
Okay, you have extra attack?
Oh, and yes, and my extra attack. That'll only be 11.
Okay, that's gonna miss. So then we're back to the top with Orm.
Right then, having stabbed at him twice, I drop the spear and pull out a giant-sized sword, and just try and cleave him from his neck down to his groin. 24.
That's a hit.
And let's see. 21 damage.
Okay, that's gonna end him.
So just from his neck down to his groin, I sort of cut him in two.
Yeah, he slides apart and hits the ground.
Valdemar will rush over to Eric Axbiter and lay a hand on his shoulder, helping him to his feet and saying, "Are you wounded still, friend? Do you need some aid?"
Nothing less threatening. More glad that the pointed ear fucker is dead.
I fear we may have angered him by drinking of this sacred pool.
Water is water.
Since
Fair enough.
I'm not shifting back yet. You guys know that sometimes I prefer an animal form, but if you do need, since we've been together, if you do need me to heal, then you let me know.
Can you not cast while you're transformed yet?
No, that's a high level.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Seeing that you're still in animal form, I'm going to come over. I'm not sure if I can communicate you, but Valdemar would speak to the Wolfman nonetheless and ask, what does your Wolven Volpine nose smell? What's the other sense of the forest or possible dangers could be near? And try and help you to perceive or track the area.
Actually, just a quick question. I forgot that I could, since I haven't done anything, can I just exchange the bear form for a dire wolf? just seems a little more appropriate.
Yep, that's no problem.
Okay, so so if I do a perception check with hearing or smell related, I have advantage.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
23.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can find the trail, definitely, of where it's leading. You can smell the trail. Even though it's hard to follow at this stage, you can definitely smell which way it's going.
Eric
But there's
is going
no immediate threats around.
Eric is going to go ahead and take the feathers and beads off of the dead man.
I win first claim on those. Sorry, Eric, but it was my blade that downed him. And I'll take the best horn and the best feather, tie them in my beard, and smear the blood over my cheeks.
Perfect.
Now,
Fair enough, crazy man.
Thank you, Red. I would have been done for. And you just see the wizard just kind of like glide his hands over the tattoos on his arms, just like all over, almost as if he's cold. And they just glow for a second, bright blue, and then drift back, casting mage armor.
Cool.
And Red Orm shivers as he sees his magic and goes and kisses a symbol of the raven that he's carrying around his neck.
Perfect. So, following the trail. So, before we go any further, it's definitely weird that you would have seen this creature. No one's seen anything like it hundreds of years. There's lots of stories about them, but it's very weird that you would have seen one. What are you guys thinking about the situation? Like, this is like as if you in real life saw a boogeyman, you know? These are just kids' stories.
I think Valdemir would feel frightened, fearful that he stepped into a glade of the old gods, and that, like, a fae of the forest was slain, rare as they are. He's here on a quest because a peasant in one of his, like, villages hauled in a mermaid and didn't give her back to the sea and tried to take her for his wife instead. And so that curse flooded, like, several of his, like, region. So he's fearful of the wrath of the gods manifest, and he's probably feeling that they've done something wrong. He's wishing that he could hear the words that the creature spoke, but as he is a man and from the village that he comes from, they're not learned in such ways. It is the province of the older wise women, and so he's feeling out of his depths, and he's kind of like pretending to be as brave as Orm and Eric, who seem not in the slightest perturbed at what's happened, but deeply he's like religiously conflicted. Though he'll still continue to follow the wizard's words, as he perceives the wizard as being the wisest of the group by virtue of his station. And so he'll, despite all that, he'll still remain quiet, but it's not that he's not thinking about it all.
Perfect.
Hammer is, he's not growling or anything, but he is keeping an eye out. He's wary of anything jumping out or popping out of nowhere again.
Yep. You just hear Ender say, "We have entered the domain of Serunos. Men are not welcome here. Be on your guard."
Boy, Ender, it seems we've, what do you make of that man? I'm not a stupid merson. Pointy ears, old god tree. Think he was an elf?
Maleficarum.
Then the legends are true.
Yes,
Oh.
it seems so.
Sometimes legends are more true than they really are.
As soon as the mention of Maleficarum, Hammer growls. A nice, deep, low growl.
Well, in any case, they were enemies to, well, our gods. If anything, I think today was a good day, even if things don't go well in the future.
Blue tongue can bite the elves as it can bite humans,
They all bleed.
says
I agree.
Red Orm, and cuts off the head of the elf and goes and ties it by its hair to his waistband. as a trophy of the battle. This will
Okay,
be a
perhaps that's a
story.
bit of
It
overkill.
will be a story to tell Eva and Sigurd when I return.
Yeah, the wizard just waves his hand over the body and uses prestidigitation to cover with snow, hiding the blood and the grisly thing beneath.
Ah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
he continues to
I'll,
impress Valdemar with his wisdom, and he'll just like stand behind taking his lead because he's not sure what to do.
We should
I'll
continue.
dig some snow and onto the body as well, helping out.
We should continue post haste.
I agree, we still have a job to do.
Well, I look to the wolf and say, lead the way, friend.
All right. You continue to follow the tracks, and it's maybe 10 minutes later you start to hear music, just drums. And then you enter this large clearing, and at the center of it is this huge stone, probably 150 feet tall, and it's carved with the same image you saw on the tree. Even more detailed, and there's all these like different colors, red, green, and blue all over it. And you can see torches burning on the ground near it. It's probably about 100 feet away from you, and you can see at the bottom the prisoners, or what left of them, are chained with manacles to this stone. And there's men, women, children even chained up, and you can see that the entire bottom of the stone is kind of rust colored, like dry blood. And there's this man who's very, very tall, impossibly lithe, and he's chanting. He looks a lot like the guy you had previously seen, but he's got this really complicated sort of blue body paint all over him, and a pair of antlers spread from his head. And he's flanked by two others who are drumming. They don't have antlers. So they're singing and dancing and drumming. And as you enter the glade, this guy with the antlers walks up to one of the excuse me. Sorry, go ahead.
Before, if it looks like he's gonna like disembowel somebody, before he does that, Ender, let's see, how many people are like tied up?
19.
And they're all spread out?
Yeah. Along the base of this stone, all in a line.
Okay. So that would be like, okay. Pretty much what I wanted to do was cast Hold Person on the head priest, and then cast, let's see, Fog Cloud to obscure the area.
Right. You're currently too far away. You're 100 feet away
Oh, shit.
at this stage.
Before you take any action, Eric would appreciate some sort of healing. If anyone can spare any spells.
So as you guys are kind of preparing or whatever, this guy walks over to one of the prisoners and with a sort of clawed hand rips out the throat, and the spray of blood covers the stone.
Let's go.
Now,
Yeah, I'm happy to
I'm
break
gonna
into
start.
a run.
You know what? Since I'm pretty sure the barbarians can run fast, so I'm probably used to Vald not running as fast. So I actually, since we might have done this before, basically I'm letting him ride me into battle if he wants, because I am a large creature.
Yes, great.
I am proficient with animal handling, so should be able to manage that. I'll jump on the back of the direwolf and howl a war cry in like a native tongue. You guys probably wouldn't understand it, and I would charge forward as fast as the direwolf can carry me. I'm pretty much wanting to distract this guy from killing any more of the innocent people and giving blood to his dark old god.
As he's doing that, Eric will rage, and he'll say, "Everyone who holds a sword or an axe or whatever, follow me." And he charges out there with the wolf.
So is that the plan for most of you to charge?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would've-
assuming I see. I'm assuming I see the wizard like run forth, preparing to cast that spell at the head cultist. So with that in mind, I would charge forward. I'm not charging blindly, but thinking that I've got his support.
Is anyone going to be staying behind to protect the wizard like before? Because that kind of worked last time.
Well, I think he's charging in too, isn't he?
He is? Okay.
I'm sticking by the wizard. I'm sticking by
Cool.
the wizard's side.
Good idea.
So I'm assuming, sorry to bring this up again, but I'm assuming that no one is going to heal Eric. Like, I don't need healing, but it'd be appreciated.
I offered you healing in the glade and would have healed you
I have
then.
half
but I'm
health
not
right
gonna
now.
do
I don't
a
want to go
bonus
down.
action
Unless Bald healed you before, I can't heal.
We can retroactively have you be healed. That's not a problem.
All right.
So whatever Valdemar would have done.
Oh, nice. 10 health.
Okay.
All right, that helps.
10 health to you, Eric. I'll like 10 to your wounds and bind them, and just make a paste from some bark to set in the wounds so they won't fester. With the steel blade in the fire, I'll cauterize the wounds and we'll set off.
All right. I figure you'll need it. So.
Yes. That's why I asked.
I have
Most kind.
healing poultices that I may have handed out before. So if anyone needs it, I have 5 of them.
Eric would
So-
Maybe we should all take
You
one.
know, I would have given one to everybody. They do 2d6 healing.
All right. Let me.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to take mine now.
Cool. All right. So they
5.
haven't noticed because of all the drumming and stuff that's going on.
All right.
Yeah.
The
So
wizard would
you guys
say,
move-
hold.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He would tell them to hold until his plan is complete, and he'd cast Hold Person on the head priest when I'm 60 feet away. And he rolled a 4, because I'm a diviner.
Ooh, very good.
Oh, nice.
Super good. All right. So he's reaching out to de-throat another person, and as he does so, he just stops.
And then I'm going to cast Fog Cloud to obscure the area.
Right. It heavily obscures the area, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So as
they
that
haven't
happens,
caught on or anything?
well, now they have. Now that the fog is here, they have. Yeah. So the drumming stops, and I guess you can't see anything because of the fog.
And then I'd like to use Minor Illusion to form the fog into the shape of a large stag with glowing red eyes.
Very good.
No, do it in the bear with the bear warriors.
No, because Cernunnos is their god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very clever.
Yeah.
And then it would just
Fuck yeah, Dan.
it would just like form out of the fog, and then you'd see piercing red eyes, kind of like survey the area, and I guess that's when we would attack.
Okay. So the two who had stopped drumming and had taken out bows and were kind of turning to look at what the hell was going on, see this huge stag come out of nowhere, and they lower their weapons and kind of both have this look of awe on their faces. And that's when you come bursting out of the fog to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. You can have inspiration, Dan. That was awesome.
Are we rolling initiative now?
Yes, please.
All right. And you said we're 100 feet away?
No, now you're probably 30, I would say. You moved quite a bit.
Oh, okay, so I can get to anyone in one round, pretty much.
Okay, so actually the two are probably 60 feet apart, and the other one's in the middle of the two. So the priest is in the middle of the two, kind of a little bit further forward where the people are. The other two, it's kind of like a triangle.
Okay.
Hey, I
By the way,
mean,
the priest.
Tactics 101, take out the spellcaster first.
Yeah, the priest is held, so I would focus on him because if he's paralyzed, auto crits. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
automatically crit if he's
Pretty rough.
mobilized or whatever.
So what did you guys get for initiative?
Eric got 16.
Okay.
17.
Did
Ender
Red or-
got an
For him.
11. Sorry.
Oh, initiative. Cool.
Ender got an 11.
Okie doke.
Valdemar got a 9.
And Red Orm was on 16 too.
So Hammer got a 17.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Two of you have 16. Who has a higher dex? Let's just do it that way.
14.
14.
Okay.
You want Eric to get there first because if he gets there, you
Yeah.
Wolf
You get
totem.
them.
you have advantage on anyone else.
Okay.
Quite honest.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good. So, first to act is the priest, with a 21 initiative. So he can't do anything, but he can make a save at the end of his turn? Question mark. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's his DC?
His DC is a 15.
He gets a 14.
Yes!
Okay. The other two go next. They start to draw a bead on you guys and fire their bows. So, let's see. Heavily obscured. What does that mean? I'm going to give them disadvantage to hit in the fog. Okay.
So many
All right.
dice.
Yeah, they have to roll twice each. Okay, so then it's 2 hits total. So they miss two, an attack each, and they hit an attack each. They're shooting for the biggest, which is of course Orm. So Orm, you're going to take. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't mean to be to jump in, but I think I am bigger, being a large-sized creature with a rider.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Well,
Yeah.
or
I can heal myself as a bonus action. So
All right, Paul, take inspiration for that, and
Damage
They'll-
as well.
they'll be shooting you. You will be taking. 16 points of damage, piercing damage.
Ooh.
2 arrows stood into your shoulder. And then it's your turn.
okay, bonus action. I'm going to heal myself, and I believe it's per spell slot. So I'm going to. I'll do a second level. 6. All right. Can I make it to the priest type person without taking attacks of opportunity?
Yeah, the other guys are quite far away. They're shooting you with bows. You can get to them.
Okay, so as I get to him, I have a bite attack. I have pack tactics. I have an ally within 5 feet. He's right on top of my back. So I have advantage on attack rolls. Does 20 hit?
It certainly does, yeah. So that's a critical hit.
Oh no, unmodified.
No,
Yeah, but he's
because it's
paralyzed.
paralyzed. It's a critical hit.
Oh, it's automatically a crit. Okay, so I roll double damage. Almost max on the first roll. 12, 18 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And he fails a strength saving throw.
I think he auto fails.
Yeah.
Then he's prone.
Okay, so he falls with his hands still outstretched onto his back.
And I'm done.
Okay. Does he get to make a save if he takes damage, or is it just at the end of his turn?
It is. Let me double check. At the end of each of its turns. Yeah. It's
Okay.
not when they take damage, just on his
Okay.
turn.
No problem. Eric. Eric, your turn.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Alright, so when I attack, does it automatically hit, or Do I have to
No,
try
you
and
have
hit
to
him
roll
first?
You
with
have to hit.
advantage.
Yeah.
I have advantage?
If you
Alright.
hit, it's a crit.
Yeah, I'm giving you advantage. Well, actually, I think there was already advantage, but
Yeah.
he's prone.
Right.
He's paralyzed.
But
Like,
if I hit him, then it's automatic crit.
It's like trying to hit a chair or something.
don't
Okay.
fuck up.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and Great Weapon Master to do the stuff. And attack. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Alright. Since I crit, you can make one. Okay, once per turn you can store a critical hit with a weapon. You can make one melee attack as a bonus action. Alright, so I'm going
Oh,
to do
shit.
2 more attacks.
Oh shit!
Very nice.
But let's do damage for this first. So he's going to take 13 plus 4, so that's going to be 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
Alright, attacking one more time with Great Weapon Master. Actually, no. No, I hit with Great. So much.
So it should
math.
be
Jesus
27,
Christ,
right?
That should be 27. Yes,
Yeah.
27 slashing. This one is not going to be Great Weapon Master. All right. So that
Hit.
I'm pretty sure that hits with 25
Yep.
points of damage, and then one more attack as a bonus action.
Good lord.
Does a 20 hit?
It certainly does.
Oh.
He's going to take another 27
Oh my goodness. All right. I mean, he's alive, but
and end turn.
Wait, how did you get 3 attacks?
Because when you
Because with
grab
Great
weapon,
Weapon Master,
grab
if I
weapon master.
crit, I can take another attack action as a bonus action.
Oh right, we're level 5. Shit,
Yeah.
man.
And very human.
Yeah, pretty nice. Okay, so that was devastating. Orm.
Orm will join in the devastation. You did well there.
Let me clear all this fucking dice, Jesus.
Oh man, my big bad guy's gonna get to do nothing.
As you pass Ender, you just see him crack a smile with his broken teeth. Like, yes.
I guess that 21 is a hit.
It certainly is.
And
So you roll double the dice. It's so many dice. Good lord.
so with my giant-sized Ulfbert, I land my giant-sized Ulfbert on him and do 11, 30, 40,
I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
45.
45. He is still up.
How are you doing so much damage? Holy
It's
crap.
the special archetype.
Oh my god.
He's made up this sort of. I wasn't going to do a barbarian, but when I read this one, I thought I'm going for this one. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
It's really silly.
lets out a feral scream and just brings this giant sword down on him.
All right. Yeah. He's looking pretty rough. In there.
Did
Oh, and
Bald go?
Actually, as a bonus action, I went raging, so that's 47.
Okay.
Oh right.
And I actually just remember I was also raging, so that's going to be another 6 damage on top of what I did.
Okay.
He's
And
still alive?
He's still alive. Yeah.
What have I wrought?
So barely.
All right. Ender's just going to like stride up, determination in his eyes, and he's going to cast Firebolt into this guy's face to try to finish him off.
I think you have disadvantage because he's prone, so you just attack normally.
You know what? Instead of that,
But he's still held.
Just go punch him.
But he's still held, right? So it cancels out. You just
you just attack normally.
Oh, shocking,
Alright.
shocking grasp.
yeah, I'm going to just shoot him with the Firebolt because I picture him just going up and blowing off his head if he hits. That's going to be a 20.
Yep.
Or a 21, but anyway, he just like goes up, levels his hand, and you just see this little speck of fire form, and then boom! Doing 13 damage. Oh, it's a crit. It's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 16 damage.
Okay. Valdemar.
So the wolf that I'm riding is ridden up next to this guy.
That's right.
But wasn't it
Can
my
I-
turn?
No, you went earlier on in the initiative. We haven't gotten around back to the start again.
Oh, okay.
Seeing this guy's nearly down and seeing that the Jotun can just literally like cleave hunks of flesh away, I'm going to use a commander's strike to give him a attack against
Yes!
the paralyzed guy.
Oh,
And then with my other attack, I'm going to hurl. Oh, those archers, are they further than 40 feet away from me?
they are, yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, with my second attack, in like synchronized fashion with the Jotun, as he like cleaves down, I'm going to drive up with a thrust into the side of the head of this guy with a yeah, with a miss.
It's advantage.
Oh. 17.
Yep.
Oh, so crit. Ooh.
So
14 damage.
And you gave
The Jotun, a Jotun, a free commander's strike.
To Orm, right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm not actually a Jotun, but you
Oh,
could
sorry.
you could mistake me.
He looks like
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
You can add a D8 to the damage if you hit Orm. So if it's a crit, it'll be 2D8s.
Why
And
even
you're
bother?
welcome. I'm just like, strike him now, Orm.
Alright, roll the damage and
As
tell me
his
how you
body
kill him.
turns into jelly.
Alright, if you do more than 5 damage, you'll kill him, so go.
I can't do less than that. So go on. I think the commander should describe this kill.
I just noticed that the angle at which that he's held has opened up a vulnerability in his side, and if we can cleave in there, surely anything that has organs in there can't survive it. And so I'll point out the exposed point, knowing that Orm always strikes true. I'll turn my attention away, thinking the danger from that part of the scene is gone, and turn my attention and my mount towards the two archers and the villagers, and I'll whisper down to the wolf, when we get close, I'll dismount, you go for the archers, I'll go to free the prisoners, our companions will follow us, and I'll give anyone healing if they need it, if they're within 30 foot of me. Otherwise, I'll end my turn there.
The wolf is a little injured.
Eric is down by 8 points. If you think of that as any danger, then
Are you down by more than that, wolf mount?
You know what? Don't worry. Don't worry about the wolf.
Eric, you get 8 hit points, and I'll use another one of my superiority dice for that.
Sweet.
And I'll end my turn there, gazing at the prisoners, and that's it.
Alright, so the body of this guy is jelly, and then it just turns into mist. No body is left. The other two, they begin to sprint towards you, Valdemar, since you killed their leader. And they're running, and then as they're running, they both kind of do this sort of pop out of existence and appear next to you, and they're both going to attack. So that's basically a nice little misty step they have.
Oh no!
It's bad. It's bad. It's 3 critical hits. I've never even seen that before.
What?
Literally never even seen that before.
Holy shit!
You just rolled
I was too
3
distracted by the
points in a
prisoners,
row.
just like looking towards them and completely open to attack if someone were close to me. Just
Jeez.
foolish youth
Oh my
and
god.
pride at killing a foe.
Statistically,
What happened to me?
what is that? That's insane.
That's like one. Yeah, something like that. Like 1 in
Crazy.
4,000.
1 in 8,000.
They didn't have an.
Wow. Okay.
They didn't even have advantage.
No. All right. So, bam. I'm gonna roll it up here so you can see.
Holy shit.
Bring it on.
All right. 5, 6, 10, 18, 19, 26 plus 8.
You see him bust out a calculator.
Yep, it's right here.
Oh my god.
All right, so it's going to be 34 points of damage, Valdemar.
Cool.
These guys rush up, and they both have these kind of blades that are curved on the inside and sharp on the inside, and they kind of like reach behind a limb and reach backwards, slashing kind of the backs of your legs. Yeah, and they're kind of howling, and they look pretty monstrous. So then, Hammer, it's your turn.
Let me guess, you're hurting pretty bad, Paul?
Oh yeah, I'm very bloodied. Another
Are
attack
you
will probably take me
are
out.
you giving me a signal? You're giving me the signal to heal, I guess.
That signal is my blood leaking out onto this.
All right. I shift back into human form. My AC goes up, thankfully, and I'll cast third level healing. Um, 18.
Thank you, friend.
And I guess that's my action.
Perfect. Eric, these two guys are both on Valdemar.
All right. These guys I will not have advantage on, correct?
No, you won't.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and run up to one of them. I'm going to reckless attack, as well as great weapon master that thing. And extreme
Brutal.
does a 17 hit.
It does.
All right. He is going to take 5 plus 14, so 19 slashing damage.
Very nice.
All right. Going to use my extra attack. I'm guessing the 19 hits.
It does.
All right. Gonna take 25 slashing damage.
Very nice. Big hits.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
you-
actually, no, that's going to be plus 4 damage. I keep on forgetting raging.
Okay, so another 4. No problem. So you rush up to this guy and just hew big golf swings. Chunks out of him. Orm.
Red Orm, giant blonde warrior, runs up beside the Axeman and says,
You're going to have advantage.
"You hit hard, and I will aid your blows." And swings the giant sword down at the same place where the axe landed. So. Oh, didn't roll very well. 15.
15 is going to miss. So the big sword is slightly too slow, and he jumps out of the way.
You move fast, ancient warrior, but my blade will catch you in the end.
Red,
He's-
stop fucking talking and start hitting.
He snarls back and he says, "You don't know what you've done." And then Ender, your turn.
All right. Ender will. You kind of see him mutter some ancient phrases in a deeper voice than he speaks, and the one that spoke back to Red, he has to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okie doke. Oh, off the table. All right, a 15.
That's just enough.
Okay. All right. So he
He
feels
kind of like sees the stag like burrow his gaze into his own, but he shakes it off.
yeah.
I was gonna cast Phantasmal Force on him.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, he feels like a tickle at the back of his neck, but he shakes it off. Made of sterner stuff, it seems. Valdemar.
Okay. I'm going to strike it, whichever one of these has more wounds, if any.
Yep.
Oh, and
Twice with my right hand, once with my left. Sorry, Dan?
sorry, could I like use my movement to start working on the chains, seeing that my spell doesn't work? Didn't work.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. I'm going to strike at one of these guys, the more bloody, the more injured of the two. 3 times for a 20, 19, and 25.
Yeah, 3 hits.
Those are the 3 hits. Okay, cool. Ten, 22 damage, slashing.
Very nice. He's looking pretty rough now.
I might,
Big cuts into him. Go ahead.
I'm going to use my action surge to strike him again
Cool.
for a 20 to hit and a miss. For
Okay.
sure.
20 will hit.
Are you taking
And-
advantage on those attacks?
No.
Or you have advantage?
Should I be? In that case, a 17 again, which hits, I believe.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep. So it'll be 10, 17 more damage from me. And I'm going to expend another of my superiority dice to try and disarm him. He can make a strength save, 15.
He drops it.
I'm going to use my interaction to kick it away if I
Yep.
can.
No problem.
And yeah, round on him, trying to offer some advantage to the allies of one of mine next to act. And I'll leave it there.
All right, perfect. He drops to his knees after you knock the sword out of his hand and falls down dead. And back to him. Okay, so the remaining Alpha is going to continue focusing on you, Voldemort, because you look injured. Yeah. Okay, what's your armor class? He has a 16 and a 17.
Yeah, a 17 hits. Because I have got dual weapon as a feat, I can add my blades when they're out to my AC to a total of 17.
Perfect. All right, you'll take 9 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, I'm bloodied again.
So this guy moves with shocking speed.
Yeah.
Blade behind your shoulder, slices just under.
Ooh.
And then it is Hammer's turn.
All right, how many? There's one target in front of me still.
There's just one left, yeah.
And how many other ones are there?
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
I feel bad. Well, I'm not going to waste a spell then, I guess. How bad does he look?
He's fine. He hasn't been touched.
All right. I'm going to shift into Direwolf again. And sorry, I got to pull up the stats, but I believe it's a 2d. Nice.
2d6 plus 4.
Yeah, I got to still hit, so I'm trying to. I don't think I hit. I'm not even going to bother adding that up. That was bad. Unless I can use an inspiration to reroll.
You certainly can. You have an inspiration.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to reroll. Okay, I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 4.
Right. No dice.
All right, I guess that's it.
Yeah, he's just too quick. He's not even slightly injured, and he's jumping out of the way without any sort of effort. Eric.
All right, Eric is going to rush forward and try and make him into small cubes of person. I'm doing this with Great Weapon Master and Reckless Attack once again. Crit.
Okay, excellent.
Confirming crit. Does a 16 hit?
You don't need to confirm.
Oh, I'm coming right back from the Pathfinder game. I apologize.
That's no problem. So the crit is definitely a crit.
Yep. So he's going to take. Oh wow. 17 damage.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Extra attack. Does a 18 hit.
Yep.
All right. Wow. All right. He's going to take 15 damage. And bonus action because of Great Weapon Master.
Yep.
Does a 17 hit.
Yes.
Wow. 15 more damage.
Good lord.
All
All right.
I'm forgetting. I'm raging at 6
Yes. So you're. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you unleash another flurry of attacks, and you really start hacking into this guy. Orm.
Orm joins him at his side and says, "Sooner or later I'll hit." 19.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. 32.
All right. 1 second while I think he might be dead. I'm so terrible at math. Yep. You murder him. Tell me.
So Orm runs up, swinging from low his giant sword, Blue Tongue, and he just cuts him straight in half through underneath the rib cage, and just for a second his legs carry on sort of running around, dancing around on the floor, whilst his torso goes flying off into the forest.
Okay, Red. Perhaps a bit cleaner killing next time. Remember, killing doesn't always have to be so bloody. It can also be artful.
And Orm just responds with a bestial roar of triumph towards you.
Right.
Shut the fuck up and help me with these chains. We need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Eric's gonna go ahead and start chopping chains.
All right.
Yeah. And Orm will continue chopping things. So he'll do his best as well.
All right. So it takes maybe 5 minutes to like get all the chains off and stuff, and get the people free. They're definitely shaken, terrified. A lot of them are crying, and they kind of look to you for leadership.
Let's go. So is this just like a sacrificial altar in the middle of the forest, or is it nearby a
Looks that way.
village? Okay.
Yeah, it's just in a clearing in the middle of the forest.
Eric is gonna try his best to pick up the one person that was actually sacrificed and carry him or her.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Red Orm is more collecting trophies from the dead elves. He's cutting off a head from each, and has now got 4 elf heads tied to his waistband.
Yeah, one with antlers. So it takes you about 5 minutes to get the
Is Red gonna
chains.
go ahead and make him shrunken heads when he gets home?
As you start to leave the clearing, the fog thickens, and out of it comes this man, I guess. But he's very large. He's got very large antlers. And he rumbles something in a language sounding like what the guy was speaking earlier, very guttural.
Okay.
I'd
Listen,
like
buddy.
to cast Fireball at him.
You say very
Okay, no
large.
talking.
Would
Very
you say
large.
Very large?
What
Yeah.
is up with these people in antlers?
Like 30, 40 feet tall is what I mean by very large.
Eric's gonna think that he's a Jotun.
He's got antlers.
He's 30 or 40 feet tall? Okay, well, I won't cast Fireball at him.
So seeing you guys not understanding what he's saying, he switches and he says, "My sacrifices. The ritual not complete. Sacrilege."
I assume that you're Sanos?
You speak to me and say my name, mortal.
Okay. He turns back to the group and says, I have no interest in fighting God. Running?
Yes. And Ender is going to use Hypnotic Pattern on this guy.
Okay.
Red Orm is just gone white, and he's just sort of standing there. First time you've ever seen him scared.
All right, big guy. He pats him on the shoulder, turns him around. Run that way.
You see the mist kind of coalesce and change colors. All the colors of the rainbow, just strobe effect, centered on this gigantic thing, trying to buy us time to run.
Okay. Eric, as you're talking to this thing, and you dared to speak its name, it says, "You kneel." So I'm going to need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh shit.
All right, you kneel.
I fucking kneel.
You pass because you rolled a 17.
You still kneel, I'm afraid.
So 17 plus whatever.
17 plus 0.
You're looking for a 23 here.
Holy shit! Okay.
So you kneel. I guess you're casting Hypnotic Pattern? And everyone else is running?
Yes. I'm gonna cast it after running.
Okay.
I'm gonna run, and then if I'm within 120 feet, I'm gonna cast it as an action. He has to make a wisdom save. It's probably gonna pass.
He's a god. I think he saves.
He will use Legendary Resistance to pass.
God damn it.
So the words of the Alpha echo in your mind. You don't know what you've done as you run through the forest trying to get away from this thing. Eric, unfortunately, you are kneeling in front of this thing. And it comes over and it puts its hand around your waist, picks you up.
Aww.
Well, I was okay. I hadn't run away yet. I was going to pick him up, but I guess not. I run away and grab Ender instead and run with him.
Okay. Yeah, so he picks up Eric, and your last moments are of fear as he bites you in half and eats. The rest of you sprint through the forest as quick as you can, I'm imagining, back to the village. Is that the plan?
Yep. Trying to get these people back. Run for your damn lives!
So you sprint and like you're running into branches and some people are falling over. You have to pick them up, and always behind you can hear the sort of, you can see the fog advancing. You can hear the thump of footsteps. And you're running for what seems like hours, and eventually you can see the clearing or the tree line, and you break out. And a minute afterwards, this thing gets to the tree line and seemingly can come no further. It stops. So all the villagers turn and kind of stand in the light of the village looking at the forest, and it just stands there. You will pay. And that's where we'll end it.
I'll be completely honest. I didn't expect to die, so if I was going to die,
That's a good way to go, certainly. All right. So, thanks everyone for watching. Go ahead.
Thank you. I was going to say, grab our money and run. Brought the villagers back.
This wasn't fucking worth it.
Get the hell out of Dodge. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to my players who are Caius, Dan, James, Nicholas, and Paul. Does anyone have a channel they'd like to plug or anything they'd like to plug?
Oh,
Nope.
good.
Okay, cool.
Faceless nobody.
Thanks so much, Lloyd. It was awesome.
Hope you had a good time, guys. All right, thanks
Thank
for watching.
you very much.